Hey everybody, and welcome to the week ahead read for November 2nd through 8th of 2025 for all aspects from the occult deck. As always with these, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. This is for the collective. For a personalized read, please feel free to comment below. We'll work something out. If you'd like to gather on social media, I have a Facebook page, or a Facebook, a TikTok, and a YouTube at this moment. If you'd like to pay, I have PayPal, MetaPay, Cash App, and Venmo. So we have the Ten of Pentacles. So we have some completion of projects. We have work coming to a completion. Some people might be fired because the seasonal work is up. Some might be quitting because they found better. Some might be completing a project at work. Some might be finally getting promoted or getting a raise, though it may not be in the way you expect. It could be a party. It could be like a quick little hurrah. It looks like there's a lot of understanding different languages, linguistics. Ear, nose, and throat doctors are going to be especially strong in completing their projects and their tasks and their appointments. Tongues of animals are understood, so animal empathy, animal telepathy, jobs that educate on animals and learn about animals and advocate for animals and work with animals. So anyone from a vet to a groomer to a natural park to a national park to a zoo to SeaWorld or marine biology, animal rehab, adoption centers, adoption agencies, pounds, rescues, farming and agriculture. There's more. I'm just unable to name all of them at this point. Those are just a few examples. Animal empathy and telepathy will come in handy, especially when feeling like your head's spinning, or you may not feel like the energy's quite right. You may not feel so supported. So you may want to speak to your anthropomorphic guides or your animals for help, whether it be your pet spider, your pet snake, or your pet ferret, or your cat, or your dog, or your goldfish, or your mice, or whatever, however. Or talk to your partner if they have a fursona. Like, it's in a non-judgmental place to be able to speak your mind. Uncovering treasures hidden by magicians can be beneficial and can happen either by speaking to the magician themselves, and if they do not want to do it, then you can either go to someone else or go to someone higher up, or do it yourself and find a way to do it yourself. There's always a way to do something. It may not be obvious though. So just watching what you do. Working on your magician skills, working on your magic, talking to magicians and talking to people that do magic, and practicing your own magic can be beneficial, especially between like 6 in the morning and 10 at night. Practicing grounding techniques and mindfulness practices between 6 in the morning and 10 in the morning can also be helpful, especially when having to deal with circus people or those people that act like really silly and really like out there, eccentric, like loopy kind of a deal. I'm not trying to insult, I'm just giving the information I'm given, and I'm failing at coming up with better words. Reconciliation between friends, and reconciliation between you and enemies as well. Or between your friends and your enemies, even if you may not be involved. It feels like there's like a Robin Hood effect going on, like stealing from the rich to give to the needy. So moral ambiguity may be impacting the week as well, especially between the 6th and the 10th of November. and extremely harshly on the 7th. So, family life, home life are taking a priority for this week, primarily due to your stances and your circumstances and like finances and your outlook in like business ethics, work ethics and work endeavors, along with like higher education and like master's and doctorate degrees are going to hold value in your job hunt. So seeking higher education or accepting the education that you have and finding something that you can do with that can help. If your main priority is money, you may have to make some sacrifices at home to make your dreams come true. We also have the Fool. And what this means is you need to take a leap of faith this week, or you may be taking a leap of faith this week, leading to a lot of opportunities being seized and events happening before your very eyes. You're learning where you're still peacocking, you're learning where you're still parroting people, you're learning where you're still being like really flashy or really arrogant or really like cocky, as it were. I feel like whatever it is in your mind is like up in the air, and it's so up in the air that nobody can seem to help you, because if they don't even know which direction you're going, then there is no wrong direction. So you need to have some sort of direction before manifesting or before astral projecting or before meditating for best results. You could go wandering aimlessly, but then you're going to seek out the consequences of that action. Talking to the angels, talking to the demons, listening to both sides of the argument, mediating conversations that may help you along the journey. Fool's journey, foolhardiness, foolhardiness. Being a fool sticks out. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. But what happens if it's fool me 3 times? Answering of things to come, so asking about the future and then looking into it to see how things stand currently in energy and how things realistically are going to play out. Keep in mind that if you get these kinds of readings, you can always change your future by changing the actions and the energies around it. Doing some shadow work, looking deep within, flying free. Peacocks and ostriches and fursonas and animal play and pet play and animal empathy and animal rights activism and giving last rites and wishes to animals are all impacted. Zeros stick out, 10s stick out, 7s stick out. We got the 7 of Pentacles here. And so what this means is there is a sense of being alone or self-taught. There's a sense of reaching for anything that's shiny, like low-bearing fruit. Reaching for like the first thing that makes sense rather than diving deeply into the research. So deepening your spirituality by assessing things, learning the allure of mystery. Somebody mysterious may approach you within the next week or so. So between like the 31st and the 24th of November, there's going to be someone that is going to reach out to you in spirit or in dreams or in the subconscious or in empathy. However they best can get your attention. Teaching arts, sciences, and rhetoric. So teaching what about, what if, hypotheticals, through stories, through anecdotes, teaching biology, teaching sociology, teaching creative arts, teaching poetry, teaching writing, teaching linguistics, teaching analytical code, music writing, composition writing, comprehension skills practices. No. Something lost will be given back to you, or you may found something you have once thought was lost. Like, it could be like a sense of hope, or a true twin flame connection, or a spirit guide, or a friend, or a family member. Like Fake My Death by My Chemical Romance, or I believe it is Styxhell. It feels like someone had to fake their death just to see what would happen. To see if you were legitimate on what you were saying. Honor and dignity may be taken from others due to actions and events and aggressions. So being aware of how your honor and dignity come across and what you believe to be honorable and what makes it dignified. Acting with dignity and honor, acting with grace and nobility. Learning about how you view respect, especially when it comes to spirituality and metaphysical practices. So there's a reason that some guides or some people have not communicated with you. Trust in the process and know that emotionally unavailable people don't get contacted, and the lack of contact may be due to emotional overwhelm, or they just don't care after a certain amount of time it's being done. It's like Little Boy Blue can blow their horn, but you can only blow it so many times before you're not believed at all, even when you're telling the truth. And then when you do tell the truth, it's really hard to believe you when something is so quick to get you to believe that the opposite again. Like in Bad Guys 2, like they were trying to prove themselves that they were good, and then things just kept happening out of their control that made them look bad. But it's all about the tenacity, it's all about the dignity, it's all about the honor and the system. Honor Among Thieves, Styxhell. Theme song, Styxhell, for the last message for the 2nd through the 8th of November 2025 for the collective. As always with these though, take a rest and sleep it doesn't. Thanks for joining.